Give me back my hand! Give me back my hand! Who's laughing now, eh? Who's laughing now? Hey guys, it's DT. Welcome back to the channel. As you can see, I've got something a little bit different today. We're going to be taking a look at this thing right here. This is Ash's chainsaw, a prop replica from Army of Darkness. I'm about to head over to Fan Expo San Francisco, and I'm going to be cosplaying for the very first time. I'm dressing up as this guy right here, Ash Williams, because the man himself, Bruce Campbell, will be there, and I thought I'd dress up for our little meeting. So for those of you who aren't familiar with Evil Dead or Ash Williams, basically he goes to a cabin in the woods with his girlfriend. There's this ancient book called the Necronomicon. They read off some passages from it, which release some evil demon spirits into the world, and they basically possess everybody that's around the cabin. So fortunately for Ash, they only possess his hand, and he's got an easy solution for that, which is to just cut it off. So I had this outfit hanging up in my closet because, as a lot of you guys know, I played Ash Williams in Evil Dead the musical. The chainsaw prop I used for the show actually belonged to the theater, so I either had to make my own or buy one. Luckily I found this one. I think it's recently released. I got this one from Things from Another World. They had it up for pre-order and it was actually on sale. I think the retail price is about $130, but I got it for $110 or something like that. So I thought I'd open it up on camera, show you guys what it looks like. If you guys are into Evil Dead or you just want to put a chainsaw in your hand for some reason. So I just got this in right in time for the convention. By the time you guys are watching this, I probably have already come back from that convention. So I gotta get this thing open. Hopefully it fits, hopefully everything looks good because I don't have time to get anything else. All right, so here it is. This is made by Syndicate Collectibles, recommended for ages 14 and up. Electronic prop replica. Looks pretty good from the little window here, but we're gonna open it up and take a closer look. On the top of the box, we've got Hail to the King, baby. A little bit of blood splatter. Here we have a picture of the chainsaw, along with some of the features, including groovy grip handles that are ready for action. This one does require 3 AAA batteries, which are included. And just in case you were wondering, this is not a toy. And also, don't try and chop down any trees with it. You're not gonna get very far. All right, we got our batteries down here on this side. We got some instructions here on the top. It's just one sheet, so we probably could have left it in there. All right, guys, so here is a look at the saw out of the box. Blade looks pretty good. I really like the blood splatter here. It's kind of raised up. It's got a nice wet look to it, very glossy. A little bit on the lighter side than real blood, but from a distance, you know, I think it's gonna look pretty cool. Doesn't look drawn on. It looks like it was splattered on. We also have some battle damage scratches there, so it doesn't look brand new. It looks a little bit used. The blade itself is a little bit thick. A real saw blade would be a little bit thinner than that. The chain's not going to move at all. Everything is fixed in place, mainly for display purposes or for cosplay purposes, I guess. There's also some blood splatter here, which looks nice. Nice contrast with the darker, I guess, maroon color of the saw. The prop that I used when I did this show was very kind of like bright red. I think that one was made out of like a used detergent container or something. It was very like plasticky. I mean, this is plastic too, but it wasn't molded for the purposes of being a chainsaw. It was molded to be a container of something. It was a very clever homemade chainsaw, but this one looks a little bit more authentic, even though it is made of plastic. Here we have the handle. We got the 2 little screws there. It's not all just one color, just something to give it some texture, to make it look real, even though all these parts are plastic. Same thing on the underside of the handle. And then over here, we also have some of these fake screws. This is all just one piece of plastic. They did a good job at making it look like metal. We have a little switch here, but I don't think that does anything. It doesn't actually like stay. It kind of just flops around. Here we have a little section for the fuel, the oil. They do move a little bit, the caps, but you can't unscrew them. There's really no need to, obviously. Here we have the motor, or at least part of it. But it looks really good. Again, nice variation with the paint. Looks nice and worn, looks metallic, shading in there as well. And we have this big handle that comes up. I wouldn't put too much pressure on it because it is just attached here and it is plastic. You know, it could break if you put too much force into it, but it looks good. Now, one thing that is missing is the little pull cord that's used to turn on the motor. Usually it's, I guess, somewhere here and you just pull it to start it up. But, you know, since this thing doesn't actually move, I guess, they decided not to include one. And then down here is the little area where you stick your hand in. As you can see, there's a little handle in there, not much else. Pretty hollow. And then I guess behind that handle is the trigger for the sound. You would stick your hand in, get straight, and then just grip it. You can see around my wrist, there is some room. So you have to have pretty large wrists for it not to fit. But it's a good fit. Knuckles rub a little bit on the inside. Might want to put some padding there if you're going to be wearing this thing for a long time, depending on how you position this. But if you're moving it around a lot, it could wear down on, you know, your knuckles up here. And I remember my prop from the show actually did that as well. I had to put some kind of padding on the inside. I guess I'll go ahead and put the batteries in for the sound. I won't be using that for the cosplay. I don't want it to go off while I'm walking around. Inside on the handle, on the back side of the handle, there's actually a button that you use your index finger and just press for the sound. All right, so here is the battery compartment with 3 AAA batteries. I got the batteries in. So this one was a little bit of a tight fit. I had to push it down really hard to get it in there. And there's also an off and on button right here. Once you turn it on, it starts making the, I guess the little revved up sound before it actually makes the saw sound. It's one thing you should kind of take into account, especially if you're in a quiet place. I wouldn't bring this into a library because you're probably going to get kicked out. So go ahead and switch it on. And I'll go ahead and hit that trigger button. All right, so you get an idea. I'm recording this right now at 1 o'clock in the morning, so I don't want to wake up my family. So pretty cool. It makes some sounds. So if you're out and about, you want to add to the whole effect, you can go ahead and give it some sound. I like that it has an on and off button, and that way, you know, if you definitely don't want sound, you can switch it off, and you won't activate the sound by accidentally pulling the trigger. It's time for me to go get bloodied up. This look is a little bit too clean, I think, but stay tuned for the recap from Fan Expo. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Gonna meet some cool people, get some cool artwork, and saw some deadites. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time.